Inspirational Creatives, episode 229. Welcome to Inspirational Creatives. I'm your host, Rob Lawrence. Join me every Friday as I chat with successful artists, producers, and creative entrepreneurs who share powerful stories and strategies. They can help you to create the life that you want. Listen each week as these inspirational creatives show you how to take your creativity to the next level. You'll learn how to create a sustainable business that inspires others and gives you the financial freedom and lifestyle that you want. Thanks for listening. Make sure you sign up at inspirationalcreatives.com to get free exclusive bonus material. And now, on with the show. Rob here, and a very warm welcome to 30 Days of Daily Inspiration on the Inspirational Creatives podcast. If you're new to the Inspirational Creatives podcast, normally every Friday, I share with you an interview with an expert, followed by a short action episode every Wednesday. To celebrate 200 episodes and 3 years of Inspirational Creatives, I'm offering you 30 days of daily inspiration to help you get ready and inspired for 2018. And that's exactly what this episode 229 and day 29 of 30 Days of Daily Inspiration is all about today. Today, I invite you to consider the importance of your creative work. Why do you create in the first place? Which is something I'd like to touch upon in this short episode today. In episode 177 and 179 of the Inspirational Creatives podcast, I spoke with digital nomad and author Amanda Turner about her lifestyle and what she shared with me about being a creative both surprised and inspired me. Talking about the importance of our creative work, I was curious to find out from Amanda how important it is for her to be creative. So in episode 179, I asked Amanda what was the risk of her not doing her creative work.
I turn into a horrible person. I turn miserable. If I'm not making progress, I can see that I'm just sort of start to wither and I'm unhappy and grumpy. Not getting the writing done, it's really a question of mental and physical health. I mean, it's really important because if I'm not doing it, I'm feeling so stifled under a million other responsibilities, half of which I've probably contrived and don't really matter anyway. So I have to move forward.
Can you relate with Amanda? I can. I become a grumpy and an unhappy person when I don't have the opportunity to create something and pursue my creative ideas on a daily, if not weekly, basis. I was particularly inspired to hear from Amanda that for her creativity and the act of creating is a case of physical and mental well-being, which has got my mind spinning in a completely new direction for 2018. But if our creative work is so important to us, how do we manage ourselves and create the time necessary to get it done with so many other responsibilities? In episode 179, Amanda shared with me how she applies discipline to get her creative work done.
If my husband needs to get something done for work, he will just go do it. If I want to write a chapter, I'll say, oh gosh, is there any way you could sort of handle the kids right now? And once you recognize those differences, you recognize that you have the ability to take more control of your time and say, well, I have to do this, so this is what I'm going to do right now. And my husband is very capable of taking care of the kids. And if I just said, I'm going to go write this chapter, he'd be like, okay, I got this, But I think a lot of us don't recognize that. We don't see that difference. And you can get so caught up in taking care of your family and cleaning your house and doing all the million chores when sometimes you need to say, I got to let that go. Or maybe somebody else has to do the laundry today because I can't do it. I have to focus on this project. I have to move forward with what I'm doing.
For Amanda, her writing, her creative work is a priority. Other aspects of her life have to be managed so that she can get her writing done. Sometimes we have to take the responsibility of having other matters handled whilst we fearlessly pursue our creative work. If we're not doing this, yet we feel compelled to create, the chances are we are experiencing some kind of resistance. I discussed these thoughts with Amanda in episode 179, where she shared with me something surprising. That out of all the different fears that we are prone to, and we're going to discuss those next year on Inspirational Creatives, often it's the fear of success that blocks us from handling these responsibilities and getting our creative work done.
Partly it's a fear of success. I mean, we all have a fear of failure, but a lot of creative people, they get paralyzed and they don't put anything out there because it's a fear of success. It's a fear of, well, what now? We freeze up. I think once you get past that, for a lot of people, that's something you only have to get past one time. I had that with my first book. I was finishing up the final edits or trying to, but I wasn't making progress and I wasn't working on it. And I was finding a million other things to focus on. And my husband said, I don't understand. Why aren't you finishing this? You're so close. And I said, because it's what I want more than anything else in the world.
Amanda's thoughts were pivotal for me. I'd never considered that success could be something that blocks us so much in our creative work. Although it makes sense to me now, it's still something I like to ponder and give further thought to. Sometimes we are so precious, so particular about how we want our creative work to turn out, to look, to feel, to read or to sound, that we resist manifesting it. Of course, we sometimes feel too that success comes with responsibility, and that's probably the truth right there.
And because of that, it was like paralyzing. The idea of finishing it was, in a way, terrifying. But after that first book, once you get over that, it's much less so for future projects.
The risk of being selfish and actually doing our creative work means we might actually get everything that we've always wished for. Yet we all know that more than ever, the world needs our creativity. I hope you enjoyed Amanda's wisdom today. Please do go and check out more of what Amanda had to say and her fascinating story in episode 177. You can find that by heading on over to inspirationalcreatives.com, clicking on the episodes button at the top and looking for episode 177. Now, if you'd like to work with me on any of your creative projects going into 2018, I've got 5 spots available. I'm inviting you to work one-to-one with me for the next 6 months. You'll have access to me and all of my resources, and I may even bring an expert in on our calls if it's going to help you take your life and creativity to the next level. Drop me an email at rob@inspirationalcreatives and put 2018 in the subject so I can pick it out, and I'll send you the application details. Join me again tomorrow for our final day of Daily Inspiration, and I'll speak to you then. Thanks for listening. Nothing beats the stories and advice of an expert to help you raise your creative game. I would love to know what you thought about today's episode, so don't forget to subscribe in iTunes where you can rate and review the show. If you like this episode, I invite you to share it on Facebook or Twitter with the one person you know who will benefit from the wisdom shared here today. You can find the show notes on inspirationalcreatives.com/podcast. If you have a burning question or a great idea for a guest, head on over to inspirationalcreatives.com/contact, where you can connect with me there.